Good morning and welcome to our kitchen. I'm Gordy Galusha.
I'm Nancy Ostra.
And today we're going to be making a hamburger hot dish casserole and a cheese and cauliflower casserole. And for dessert, we're going to make fudge swirled Oreo cheesecake cupcakes. And I'm going to begin with my cupcakes because I have to go all the way through my recipe. In my muffin tins here, I have 12 muffin tins, and I have 12 Oreo cookies, double stuffed cookies in each one of those. And in my bowl, I have a half a cup of sugar, 2 packages of cream cheese, and a little vanilla, and I'm going to mix it up. Make sure that it's nice and smooth with everything that's in there. Okay. Now I'm going to add 2 eggs. And a half a cup of sour cream. Okay, there's half a cup of sour cream. Okay, I'm going to mix this. Make sure the egg is well blended into the cream cheese. Scrape down the bowl when you have a second. And mix again. Okay, that looks pretty well blended. So I'm going to turn my mixer off. Okay. I don't take them out, they're going to drip all over the place. Okay, into my muffin tins, I'm going to put a tablespoon of cheesecake mixture on top of the Oreo cookies. In the microwave, I have a half a cup of chocolate hot fudge sauce, ice cream sauce. I'm going to just warm it up a bit. You got it started. Okay, I heated up my fudge sauce, and I'm going to put a little bit on top of the cream cheese. Now I'm going to add a little bit more cheesecake on top. You want to fill it up to the top. This is what they look like when they have the cream cheese on. Then you want to take a toothpick and you want to swirl it. I think. It's not swirling, but anyway, that's what you do.
Those look very yummy.
Especially with the cheesecake in it. I love cheesecake.
Yeah. Anybody that likes chocolate and cheesecake, well, this is a recipe for you.
Okay. Try to swirl them a little bit. There's a little chocolate coming through.
Yeah, I'd be surprised after it's baked what it might look like.
Okay, and then you put these into a 275 degree oven for between 22 and 25 minutes until the inside is set on the cheesecake. Now back to Nancy.
Okay, thank you. Well, let's get back to reality here and have a good way to start out the meal, and then we can indulge. This recipe here for this Hamburger Hot Dish casserole starts out by browning 1 pound of ground beef, which I already started here and drained off most of the juices. And to that I'm going to add 1 cup of sliced fresh mushrooms, 1 cup seeded, they say, chopped tomato, and 1/3 of a cup of scallion or green onion, whatever you like to call them. Looks like Christmas. Red and green. Mix this together and you cook it down for a little while. Now I have a pan over here that I have already melted 12 ounces of Velveeta in 1.5 cups of milk. I don't do much with Velveeta. I don't like processed stuff a lot, but we're doing it with this recipe. And actually, the cheese slices came in 12-ounce packages. So that is the amount that is required. So what I didn't find a cube or block, so I bought the slices, just warmed the milk slowly and broke up the slices into the milk and melted it down. So we have a nice smooth cheese and milk sauce. I also previously cooked 8 ounces of Elbow Macaroni, which I have drained and will put into a large baking dish. You can also add salt and pepper to taste to the Hamburg mixture. And a little bit of either cayenne pepper or chili powder. I am going to use chili powder You got to be careful with the pepper. Put a little bit too much, and well, to some people would be too much. Other people wouldn't mind a little zip. I would classify this as another one of your comfort foods because these are being taped as we go into the late fall and winter season. I'm going to serve about 6 to 8 people. So let's in a 2-quart baking dish and spraying it with shortening. And adding my Elbow Macaroni. You might want to cook this down a little bit more, but I think I'll start transferring it.
Could almost eat it just like that.
Yeah. Now we're going to add the cheese sauce. Hopefully it will fill in all the nooks and crannies here. And hopefully always try to make enough sauce if I'm making macaroni and cheese or anything like that, because I don't like dry macaroni casseroles.
No.
And the one thing that happens if you have any leftovers of a macaroni dish or spaghetti is that overnight, the next day, the macaroni absorbs any liquids, so the more you can put in the beginning, the moister it'll be
For leftovers.
for leftovers. Okay, this is going to go into a 350 degree oven for about 20 minutes, and it will be covered, and then after that we take it out, mix it up a little bit more, and add some Parmesan cheese, put it back in the oven for a little bit longer. So while I'm waiting to have the oven increased, I'll go on to the cauliflower vegetable dish. I have already cooked to crisp tender a small to medium head of cauliflower, which I've already cooked up. And now in a saucepan, I am going to melt 2 tablespoons of butter or margarine, and I'm going to saute for about 2 or 3 minutes. 1/4 cup of diced red pepper, or you could use green pepper, and 1/2 cup of sliced fresh mushrooms, or a small can of sliced mushrooms. Because of the other recipe, I had mushrooms and I'm using fresh. This would be a recipe if you want to dress up cauliflower. I know at our house we like cauliflower and just steam it up and put margarine and salt on. We don't always make it into a casserole with.
Have you seen on TV that they cook cauliflower in the where they produce this, and then they have rice. They put it through a ricer, and it looks like rice.
Or it looks like mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah. I think I had it like mashed potato once. I think I just like to eat it.
Just like that.
Just like it.
Yeah.
But that is a alternative for diets and stuff, is to make your cauliflower look like rice or white potato. Yeah. Well, maybe you need some Beano along with it if you eat too much of the.
Put that in the recipe.
Yeah. Cauliflower is one of those gassy vegetables. Good for you, but
Gassy.
gassy.
Like broccoli. I love broccoli.
Yeah. So I'm going to cook this down a little bit. In the margarine. Meanwhile, I've got about a 1.5 quart, a little bit smaller casserole dish than the macaroni. I'm going to spray it with the shortening. And I'm going to put half of the cauliflower in the dish. To my vegetable mixture. I'm going to take it off the heat while I'm doing this. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of flour. Then cook it down for a little while just to get the bitter taste out of the flour.
Want a whisk, Nancy? I have a small one here.
Thank you. To that I'm going to add 1 cup of milk. I think you know where we're going with this, making a sauce. We're going to have to wait till this thickens, stirring it pretty constantly so we don't get lumps. Nothing like lumpy sauce.
No, I know.
No.
Not too good.
Or gravy.
Or gravy, right.
So it takes patience. A little salt and pepper to taste. This I've been using is lemon pepper, no salt, by Mrs. Dash. Since I haven't gotten to Pennsylvania, to a grocery store down there that has a whole section of different kinds of spices and baking stuff and that you can buy bulk.
Have to take a spice run.
5.5 hours for a spice run?
Sure.
No, I don't know.
We used to go to New Hampshire.
Oh, that's a little bit closer.
We used to make a liquor run.
Oh, well, if you go down also for auctions and stuff and visit the Amish country, it's a good trip. It's pretty down there. And
Oh, I'm sure. Sure it is.
okay, we're getting some thickening here. And we're going to add some Swiss cheese. this will be a half a cup of shredded Swiss cheese. And I don't know whether I could find shredded Swiss cheese, but
I don't know if they have it. I
but
think you have to
I just take the slices and
cut them up.
cut them up. You know. Not difficult. I'm going to melt that into the white sauce. I like this size. I don't have one that size.
I use that a lot.
Well, got it up to a little boil, and I don't think it's going to thicken much more, but it's good consistency. And we're going to pour half of it over the cauliflower. I'm going to add the rest of the cauliflower on top. Now this didn't indicate a breadcrumb topping, which you could do, but I am going to add some paprika to the top. Okay, that's also going to go into a 350-degree oven for about 20-25 minutes. Both of these recipes are basically cooked. It's a matter of putting them in the oven to heat them all the way through till they're bubbly. So we're going to wait till the yummies come out.
Going to take a break?
Yep.
Okay, be back shortly.
Welcome back to our table. This is program 193, getting close to 200, my goodness. Today we made some what I consider comfort food. We're taping in the late fall, mid to late fall, so it's getting time to think about comfort food for the winter time. In the center there I have a hamburger and macaroni casserole, which was pretty easy to put together. It was cooking down hamburger, of course, and then adding tomato and mushrooms and some green onion, cooking that down, then adding a cheese sauce of just milk and Velveeta that was melted into the milk, and pouring that over Elbow macaronis and baking it in the oven. In the last 5 minutes or so, I took it out and sprinkled Parmesan cheese on the top. So it was about a total of 25-30 minutes for the casserole. And along with it, I made a cheese and cauliflower. This is the cheese program, cauliflower casserole, which was also easy, cooking flowerets of cauliflower, making a cheese sauce with some red pepper and mushrooms cooked down, making a white sauce with that, and adding Swiss cheese crumbled up and melted, and then pouring it over the cauliflower and baking it for 20 minutes or so. The dark on the top is paprika. Possibly you could put breadcrumbs, buttered breadcrumbs, but this time I used some paprika. And for dessert, Gordy?
Today I made fudge swirled Oreo bottom cheesecake cupcakes, and this is what they look like. I put 12 cupcake muffin papers into the muffin tins, and I put an Oreo in each one bottom of those, and I made a cream cheese filling of 2 packages of cream cheese and sugar and vanilla and eggs and sour cream, and I put the cheesecake sauce on top of the Oreo, and then I warmed up some hot fudge sauce, and I put that on top of the first layer of cheesecake, and then the second layer of cheesecake, and then I baked them at 275 for 25 to 30 minutes until they were really set. And this is what they look like. And this will be the first time we tried these. I hope they're going to be good. So if anybody would like any of these recipes that we made today, please send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Dalton Community Cable, 151 Park Avenue, Dalton, Mass. 01226. And that's all from our kitchen today. Have a great day.